What's up guys, Andrew Baena here, and it is time to announce the winner of my Reverb giveaway of the dice rolling contest. I'm gonna try my best to say dice and die appropriately. You guys may be very aware that I was saying dice and die wrong, so I apologize for that, especially when I said dices. Apparently that probably triggered a lot of people. So my bad, sorry about that guys. Also, a lot of you guys were obsessed with the fact that the mic on my shirt like clamped my shirt together so it said Go Ira instead of Gojira. I guess that was pretty amusing, so I'm glad you guys liked that. But anyways, moving on to the contest, I want to give you guys a huge thank you to anyone who entered this contest. There were so many awesome entries. I've compiled a YouTube playlist of all of the YouTube entries, which is going to be on the screen at this point in time. So you should definitely go check out everyone who entered. They're all over there. Unfortunately, there was no way to make a playlist for the Instagram submissions, so I'm sorry to you guys, but the Instagram submissions were also awesome and I did watch those, don't you worry. So as I said, there was tons of amazing entries. I'm gonna highlight a few of my personal favorites and then we'll get on to the winner. So the first entry that I wanna shout out was the one by Reviews, Riffs, and Reactions. I thought that they came up with a really fun one and they also added in a couple of extra changes. I think they added in a kind of movie/TV show quote that was picked at random from like a pool of 10 that they did. And they also actually picked which guitars they were using by rolling a dice. And they also selected their tempo by using dice roll, so they kind of added a little bit of their own flair in there, and I thought that was really cool. And what they came up with was pretty good as well, so check that out. It sounded like this.
Hey, Fry, I'm steering with my ass.
That's the best thing I ever saw.
So the next one I want to talk about was the entry by Disaster MIDI. I thought that his entry was really cool, and what he did differently that I really liked was he actually, for the lead guitar, he did a dice roll where it actually, the lead notes corresponded to an actual scale. So instead of just having a random number from 1 to 20 or whatever, he actually made each number on the die, I almost said dice there, but I said die. He made each number on the die represent a actual fretted note in a proper scale so that it didn't just sound like random notes over top of a breakdown. I thought that was a great idea and I totally didn't think of that when I was making the game, so I don't know, I thought that was really cool and deserved a shout out. His entry sounded like this. The next one I wanted to shout out was by California Sucks. His entry sounded like this.
Now, I did mess with the rules just a little bit. I rolled 16 D8 for my rhythm rolls, and I did repeat the breakdown twice. And when I rolled a 3, instead of going for 3 16th notes, I opted for 3 8th note triplets, because as you'll see from my rolls, it was mired with triplets. A lot of 6s in this. And as for my lead rolls, I actually rolled a D10 as opposed to a D8 8 times because I wanted a little bit more flexibility with the different kind of notes. You may also notice that I took some artistic license at the turnaround. The result was pretty cool and maybe accidentally the most evil thing I've ever written. Enjoy.
All right, and next up we had a bunch of entries that had some crazy high dissonant notes, which you guys know that I am a huge sucker for, so I wanted to give a shout out to some dissonant boys. So the two ones that really stood out to me in terms of having like ear-piercingly obnoxious dissonant notes were by MyArtIsMurder94 on Instagram and Atlas Creative. So I want to showcase both of their entries, and they sounded like this respectively. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is probably the most ridiculous entry that I saw. It is by Jake Skeeman. Not only does it sound really good, but I cannot imagine the effort that went into editing this video. It's pretty hilarious. Basically, he put on a bunch of clips for the lead guitar of like, you know, Steve Terraberry and Davey 504 and a bunch of other people just doing ridiculous stuff over top. It sounds like I'm going to have a stroke, but I kind of like it. So yeah, shout out to Jake Skeeman. He also does a bunch of other stuff on his channel that's kind of like this procedurally generated metal and breakdown. So pretty cool that he actually is into this already before this contest. So definitely give his channel a look. And his video entry looked like this. Okay, next up we're moving on to the second last one. This one was by Synth Chris. I thought that his entry was absolutely amazing, and he made it a really hard choice between him and the person that I did pick for the winner. He was definitely the runner-up. I wish I had more than one prize to give away, but unfortunately I don't. But what he did is he actually made a full song out of this contest, including adding vocals, which I thought was really cool. I was definitely not expecting anyone to add vocals, so that was interesting. I have no idea what the lyrics are, but there's some brutal deathcore screams. He also played it all on this like crazy baritone Squier Stratocaster looking thing. Definitely was not expecting this type of guitar tone from a guitar that looked like that, and that was really cool as well. So yeah, huge shout out to Synth Chris. I thought your entry was really, really awesome. And guys, if you're watching this video, definitely go give his channel some love. His entry looked and sounded something like this. Okay, and last but not least, the winner of this contest is Cade Calca. Cade Calca, man, your entry absolutely blew my mind. There was a lot that you did differently than the entry guidelines, but that is totally okay and actually made it way more interesting for me to watch. He actually did a full, like, almost 20-minute explanation of what he did because there is a lot to it. I'm gonna attempt to explain the kind of key points that really stood out to me on this one. So number one is he added a ton of synth leads over top that just sounded absolutely awesome. He also had a thumping riff in there, which he still used a dice roll. See, I'm still f***ing it up. He still used dice roll to determine what these riffs were, but I just thought it was really cool adding in a thumping section. And there was also like a tempo change at the end. And in addition to all this, instead of just looking up like a random number generator or rolling dice, he actually made his own random number generator in a programming environment called Python. It's not the most complex program in the world, but I mean, it's still pretty cool that he took what appears to be his other passion, which is computing science and programming, and integrated it into this contest. I thought that was really cool and super impressive. I did some basic programming courses when I was in university, and I mean, I know what you did isn't too crazy, but still, it's really cool to see. And yeah, I just thought that was a super interesting addition to it. And I actually really did appreciate that super long video explanation that you did, explaining everything that happened in your video, because there's actually a lot to it. So yeah, Cade Calca, you are the winner, man. You absolutely deserve it, in my opinion. Everyone who's watching this video, definitely go check out his channel, especially that explanation video of everything he did. He went through a lot of effort, and I really think that that deserves to get rewarded. So again, Cade, be on the lookout in your emails for an email from me and Reverb on how to claim your prize. And without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys what Cade Calca's entry sounded like right now. Okay guys, that's gonna be all for this video. I wanna give a huge thank you to everyone that entered. I've never actually done a contest like this before. Normally I just do giveaways where it's kind of like this post on Instagram and you're entered, but I wanted to do something more interesting this time around. I was very nervous that I was gonna get like nobody entering or that the video was gonna flop, but it didn't. The video was a huge success. It's one of my most viewed videos in quite a while. And also there was tons of entries. So again, I just really wanna thank every single one of you who entered. And again, guys, if you're watching, go check out all the other submissions because there are so many good ones that I wish I could show them all in this video. And of course, the biggest thank you goes out to Reverb for sponsoring this contest and giving away a prize. This would not be possible without them, so huge thank you to Reverb. If you guys haven't checked out Reverb yet, definitely go do so. There's going to be a link in the description below. It's a site that I personally use, and I absolutely mean that. I think I've been using their website for 5 or 6 years, like I said in my last video, both on the selling and buying side of things. I've never had an issue. It's always been great dealing with Reverb. So again, just huge thank you to that company. And if you guys are ever interested in buying new or used gear, go check out that website for sure. Okay guys, that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to reading all of your comments. And again, huge thank you to all the participants. Go check out their submissions. They're going to be linked in the description below as well. Thanks again. I'll see you guys later.